populated community has been hit by a water scarcity, leaving experts expressing concern about the prevailing situation, despite, of course, ringing the alarm bell for many years. Residents and some business owners have also venting their worries about the impact of the lack of water that will have on social services and their well-being. Now, authorities are now initiating remedial measures to the growing water crisis. Now, let's have more details of that in this report.
It's going to be a dry Christmas in most parts of Gauteng province, which includes Johannesburg. It is the smallest province by land area, the most populated in the country, home to over 15 million people.
Joburg has been a burgeoning city for 30 years, but the infrastructure hasn't been keeping up. So you're working with infrastructure that's 60, 70 years old. As a city, have only been replacing 16 to 28 kilometers for the last 2 years. And the infrastructure is just not able to take it anymore.
Experts have been warning about this crisis for years.
The fact that South Africa or many municipalities have not spent the required amount of money to maintain infrastructure is what has led us to the situation we're in right now. Leaking reservoirs, pipe bursts, leaking pipes, and a complete deterioration of our water services. We need to get the required budget and focus on our water and sanitation infrastructure for the next 5 years.
There's growing anger amongst communities as they move from load shedding to water shedding. They worry about the impact it will have on basic services and human health.
I live right opposite the Coronation Mall Hospital. That's a mother and child hospital. Women are giving birth every minute. And tell me, how do they wash those stained bedding? How do the mothers wash themselves? How do they wash the babies?
Nuran Gain, who runs a soup kitchen in Johannesburg, can't feed the hundreds of poor and homeless children she usually does.
We cannot cook. We can't cook really because of the washing of the meat and the vegetables. So we've sort of cut our days in cooking, so we distribute bread daily. But the food-wise, we cannot cook because we can't wash our utensils, we can't wash the ingredients. So the only way is to fetch water at the Jojo tank and carry buckets upon buckets, which is a bit hectic.
Johannesburg Water says maintenance has to be done, with the city working against a massive backlog.
The bulk supplier is really looking at times when they can do these scheduled maintenance, and these are very necessary, which is normally through in winter and also in December time when the city of Johannesburg and Gauteng in general, people move off to the other areas on holidays and so on, and industries are also closing. What we will do is then obviously to try and prioritize areas which are vulnerable and try and manage those reduced resources or reduced water supply.
To make matters worse, most parts of South Africa are experiencing heat wave conditions. Many are calling for these repairs to be pushed to next year. But these water cuts are a consequence of poor maintenance over the years. Prolonging these repairs will only intensify the crisis.